The Harry Potter and Star Wars film franchise has been our entire childhood. Both the fandoms are huge and the crowd has always been split into two when it comes to this single question. Which film franchise was better? Welcome back to Star Major. Today we'll be discussing both of our beloved fandoms. An orphaned hero in distress, two sidekicks by his side, preferably one badass girl and one street smart dude who then share chemistry, and pepper in the old wise men who guide the character and lots of magic. There! You have the standard formula for the success of any story you want to appeal to kids and adults. Let's look at the similarities. Number 5. Fictional setting. Both the series had almost the perfect background setting, with Star Wars having all those planets' universes with creative aliens like Jabba the Hutt and a sort of harsh, realistic setting. Harry Potter had Hogwarts with a realistic boarding school feel, with all the adventures and creative lessons. The fanfics for both are in the multitudes, and that's all because of the rich storylines seen in both. The spin-off movies are also quite popular, with Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Number 4. Creative languages. Whether it is Galactic Basic or Gobbledygook, the languages are creative and fans have undertaken to learn it for fun. Some of them have learned runes, some even tried to understand the Sith language, and there are so many fan clubs on the internet that either use that or teach that to other fans. It's like learning the languages of a foreign country. It's taken that seriously. Number 3. Iconic scenes. What are the top scenes that flash in your head when you think of Star Wars? Definitely the Luke, I'm your father scene. Han Solo's and Leia's epic sizzling chemistry with her I love you, I know scene, and when Darth Vader turns on his master to save Luke. These are classic scenes recreated so many times. The same goes for Harry Potter. We have the classic hero defeating the villain moment when he destroys Voldemort, when he falls off his broomstick during a match and has the snitch in his mouth, when he frees Dobby with a sock in the classic dialogue, "You're a wizard, Harry." All these have been portrayed as references in other pop culture shows and theatrical releases. Number 2. Similar characters. Let's start off with our favorites. Ron Weasley and Han Solo. Han and Ron have snarky attitudes, projecting their smartass wit into even the most serious situations, making us guffaw. Han's response to potentially being crushed by a trash compactor? One thing's for sure, we're all gonna be a lot thinner. Ron's retort to Snape when he refuses to give Harry credit for the difference between ghost and fairy? Excuse me, are you the imprint of a departed soul? These two were epic, and honestly, they were the ones that projected humor into the series at unexpected times. They both first got annoyed and hated the sidekick girl, which eventually transitioned to passionate, swoony love. And both had times when they ran out on the heroes, only to come back more supportive than ever. We see the same sort of similarities between Hermione and Leia, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Albus Dumbledore, and more. Number 1. Villains. The villains of the series normally tended to be popular, but these two were so classic. Voldemort as a villain grew on us so much, especially with the 6th movie exploring his origins. Vader, with his tragic past in losing Padme, also grabbed our hearts and really connected us with him throughout the series. And both had unique physical traits attributed to them always. Vader has his iconic voice and Voldemort has his iconic noselessness. What were the differences? The Harry Potter movies don't have as much traction as the books, whereas Star Wars was the opposite, with George Lucas's storyline brought out so well in the film series. Many fans stress that the Star Wars had few female roles, whereas Harry Potter had so many of them. In the movies, wand fights and wizard duels weren't enough to get that adrenaline rush. Star Wars fulfilled that criteria well with their lightsaber fights and lots of action, always with the stormtroopers. Harry Potter brought out a lot of real issues, like being social misfits in society, read Harry Potter and Luna Lovegood. Insecurity and low self-esteem played by Ron Weasley, and Dementors being the personification of depression. Whereas Star Wars was clean, clear, and just a storyline depicting the adventures of a man. The Star Wars fanbase tends to be an all-age encompassing, with adult fans and young fans alike, but with Harry Potter, it tends to be clustered around a certain age group only, like from preteens to the 20s. The verdict. Despite all the analysis, how to rate them as better or worse ultimately depends on the fan. All in all, these two series have contributed so much to the world and us, there's no way we can just rank one over the other. So, we're just gonna say it's a tie. Both franchises are groundbreaking in the fantasy world, and we don't think anything equivalent of them will ever come out again. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Do like and subscribe for more. This is Star Major, and see you next time.